What word comes to mind when you think of bad auto service? Does the term rip-off come to mind? Well, I've been in the auto service business my whole life, and that term just makes my blood boil because I have dedicated my life to giving great auto service. And the term rip-off really denotes buyer beware. And in our industry, I think things have changed. Rather than being buyer beware, it's actually turned to seller beware. Hang around to the end of this video and I'm going to tell you the key to great auto service and what really changes the game. So let's talk about seller beware. We have an industry where things have changed, that the clients show up educated. They know more than they have ever known. And if they're not happy with the auto service that they have been delivered on, they can tell us about it. And they can tell the world about it through Facebook. The problem with the seller beware is the ancient proverb that says a little bit of knowledge is dangerous. When they know a little bit about the big subject, it makes it so that there's a whole host of problems. Let me illustrate this. Let's talk about an oil change with an extended interval from the OE. So the OE has given this wide interval between oil changes, and we all know that certain vehicles can't take that wide interval, and so what we do is we tend to shorten it up. And maybe we didn't have the discussion, so we had a first-time client come in and we did the oil change on his vehicle. The person goes online, sees that the interval is a longer interval and sees the discussion group around it, and maybe doesn't understand why we did it, and they give us a bad review. Let's talk about how the medical industry has dealt with this, because they had to. In the late 90s, when the internet became prolific, clients were showing up with a whole host of papers for the doctor to read about their symptom. And when this initially happened, doctors got offended by the client coming in and telling them how to do their job. Then they started to teach the young doctors in medical school how to deal with this. And rather than getting offended, they started to show empathy. And this is the key in our business. And I'm going to talk about empathy in auto service in just a second. But empathy in the medical practice was to start to take those papers and start to look at them and have a discussion with the client around what was going on. And when they did that, they could say, well, this paper has been superseded. This paper isn't from a reputable source. However, this paper holds significance. And let's talk about how we can best incorporate it into your treatment. So that's how the medical industry started to do it. So rather than getting offended, they started to come alongside. And I contend that this is what we need to do in auto service. Rather than getting offended when our clients show up with the knowledge, let's start to show empathy. Now, empathy isn't sympathy. Empathy isn't pity. Empathy isn't giving this huge discount to the client so that they can somehow meet their needs. Empathy is understanding and truly understanding what's going on with the client. And when we display this and we display kindness at the same time, it has a dramatic effect. You can't solve all the client's problems, and you didn't break the car, but you can help them find the proper resolution. And when we do this, it's a game changer for our industry and will bring clients back again and again. So if you've liked the content in this video, please click the subscribe button and come back for some of my future videos. I hope you have a great day.